Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Rock Marketing channel, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how you're going to be more valuable in the hospitality industry. At the moment, I am in quarantine as well as everybody else. There is a shelter in place until the end of the month that's been extended, and we don't know if it's going to get extended again. However, I am still employed because I'm producing more than I cost. Meaning the experience that I have learned from my past employment, I am putting to work in this current climate that we're in, and at my current workplace. So how are we going to do that? Well, you're going to, if you already do work in a hotel, or if you want to work in a hotel, it is advisable that you work in a small boutique property. This is because when you work in a small boutique property, there is a lot to do, like there is in any hotel, but you will have to be doing more more than what your job title, the roles and responsibilities are. So that means if you're a front desk agent and the bellman's on lunch, if you're in an 80-room hotel, there's no one to do the luggage, so you'll have to run and do it for the bellman. I mean, this is in case you're in a union environment, and then the unions are very strict on what you do and what you can't do. So if you're in a non-union hotel, that's what you'll be expected to do. And at the time, you'll probably think it's unfair and that, it's not my job, all of this. But how you succeed in this industry, I can say definitely this industry, and probably a lot of other industries too, that you have to think outside the box, go beyond what your job is, because that's when you get noticed. And so 5 years ago, when I was working as a front desk agent at a hotel in Beverly Hills, it was a 86-room property. It actually was a union property as well, but I was there for 4 years. After 2 years of being an agent, I got promoted to front office manager, which also had some gray areas of executive assistant as well, which meant being number 2 to the general manager. So because it was a 86-room hotel, we had sales, accounting, events and sales usually merged as one. We had a little restaurant as well, about 50 seats. So in my role, because when I got promoted, I became a manager, which wasn't covered by the union. Managements aren't. Managers or salary employees are not union employees. So it means that you're not protected by the union, and so you are, if you're a manager, you're expected to do a lot more than what an hourly employee would do. So that's where I learned the foundation and everything I needed to in order to be where I am right now. I'm in the right next to San Francisco Bay, employed, under quarantine. I'm one of 5 of this hotel. It's a 400-room property, and we laid off about 95 people. So to be one of 5, you have to produce more than you cost. So this is an example of what I just gave and what I think that you should do as well. So being in as a front office manager at the small boutique property in Beverly Hills that I was at in 2012 to 2016, I was a front office manager and a executive assistant, which meant number 2 to the general manager, which meant manager on duty, the assistant to sales, the assistant to events, the assistant to all the other departments, as well as managing housekeeping, and the front office. So although it's a small hotel, there are still 100 employees. We had more employees than a bigger hotel would because we focused on service. And when you focus on service, you need more employees. Less employees you have, less service you have. So that's very important when it comes to service. So at the moment, we did reclose. We're thinking about reopening soon, but we did close, which was ramped down the operations. So we have sales from home, we have accounting from home, HR is in a couple of days a week, and so is engineering. He's here all the time. And then we get to choose who has to stay overnight to look after the hotel, in addition to our security team who's here 24/7, because there's a lot of homeless and there's a lot of theft and burglaries in San Francisco. So we're the city by the bay. It's a beautiful place, but it's also, the crime rate is high. So you got to be careful. And during this time where everything's closed, it gives an opportunity for thieves to go in, steal bikes, steal phone things, go in and make themselves breakfast at the local pancake store, which was 2 weeks ago. We had someone break in to one of our tenants, and they got caught making pancakes. So, you know, it is a desperate time. We haven't seen anything like this in our lifetime, and hopefully our kids don't either, but it's probably going to happen. So it's good to be prepared, and you've got to set yourself up for this kind of thing to happen, because you don't want to be the one on unemployment, and then when the economy does reopen, you don't want to be amongst a massive pool of people trying to get a job, because you want to have the job that you had before. If you're not in a union environment, that means you can be let go and then you'll be unemployed, and unemployment doesn't pay as much, especially in this city, doesn't pay as much compared to how much it costs to live. So, you know, there are many people out there who, you know, when you're in San Francisco, you earn $100,000 and you're broke. So unemployment pays about half that, and that's not going to get you far. So you want to make sure that you hold on to your job, but you produce more than you cost. So that is the message of the day. Produce more than you cost. Make sure to subscribe to this video. Make sure you follow and like it, please. And then there'll be more videos like this coming up in the future. But just want to make sure that everyone's safe at home, staying healthy. We're expected, our hotels were expected to stay closed for about 60 days while we flatten the curve. However, it's taken about 60 days to start flattening the curve, and what that means is that it's probably going to take another 30 to 60 days to reopen. So as I said, just learn things, start in a small hotel or a small restaurant or something like a mom and pop operation, and you want to do everything. You don't, if you're in a bigger hotel, like a 900 room hotel, it's like a train station. If you're a front desk agent, that's all you're doing is checking in, checking out people all day long. They've got concierges who look after the concierge stuff. They've got bellmen who just carry bags. You will never ever see another department or do any of the roles or have any of the responsibilities that other departments have if you're in a hotel that is more than 200 rooms. So you want to stay below that number, and you'll see that it pays off. It's good for your career to start off small, and then you can grow higher and bigger, because all hotels are pretty much the same, whether they're 50 rooms or 1,000 rooms. It just requires more people, and those hotels with more people, they usually stay in those roles. But smaller the hotel, they will do the roles, and if they're not lazy, of course. So, but thanks. Tune in next time, and we will make sure that we give you what you need, what you want. Write a message to us, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you so much. Stay healthy, wash your hands, and don't watch the news.